Once upon a time, ancient China had both immortal gods and mortal humans. The gods live in heaven, a mystical place far in the galaxy, and humans right here on Earth. The Jade Emperor ruled over all the gods, including his 10 unruly children. Each morning, one of his children would transform himself into a radiant sun and shine bright light onto Earth to give humans warmth and to make the plants and animals grow. One day, the morning sky got extremely hot. All 10 children transformed themselves into bright suns. They banded together and traveled through the sky. Their sunbeams were blazing hot. They scorched everything in sight. Green, luscious leaves from the forest turned brown, shriveled, and fell down to the ground. Water boiled and evaporated, turning once raging wild rivers into tame, shallow streams. The crops torched. The livestock died from thirst. Humans on Earth were in agony. They pleaded with the Jade Emperor for help. The Jade Emperor failed in ordering his children to disband. Then he summoned Hou to come to his palace. Hou was an immortal archer. He was known for his strength and marksmanship. The Jade Emperor said to Hou, "My children misbehaved. They did not follow my rules and traveled through the sky together. Their sunbeams, their collective sunbeams, were so hot it made it difficult for humans to live on Earth. You must go and punish them." Hou obliged and descended from heaven. He climbed up to the highest mountain peak and yelled out to the 10 sons, "Hey, you must stop traveling together. You're causing much destruction on Earth. Living beings can't survive in this extreme heat." The 10 sons looked back at Hou, chuckled, and taunted him and said, "You can't stop me," and continued their way. Hou was livid. He took an arrow out from his satchel, put it on his bowstring, pulled it back as far as it would go, aimed, and let the arrow fly high in the sky, piercing one son and killing it. He then reloaded, fired, reload, and fired, and reload, and fired, until 9 sons fell down from the sky. He let the 10th son live to continue to bring light and warmth to Earth. The Jade Emperor was furious upon hearing this news. Hou was supposed to teach him a lesson, not to kill them. The Jade Emperor banished Hou and his beautiful wife Chana from heaven. He also stripped them of their immortality and forced them to live on Earth as ordinary mortals. Hou and Chana tried their best, but they found human life hard and miserable. Although Hou was a hero to mankind, he did not want to live among them. He did not want to suffer the fate of eventual death. All he wanted was to return to heaven with his beautiful wife, or at least for her to return to heaven, because it was not her fault for causing this banishment. She had suffered enough. Hou arduously spent days and nights searching all over China for a way back to heaven. After an exhaustive search, he came upon the immortal Queen Mother on the sacred mountain Kunlun. and pleaded with her for help. The immortal Queen Mother had a limited supply of the immortality elixir. Grateful for the sacrifice that Hoey had done to save Earth, the merciful Queen Mother gave Hoey two things. First, the elixir of immortality, and second, a stern warning. Drinking half of the elixir will give you everlasting life. Drinking the full elixir, however, will cause you to ascend to heaven to get to be a full-fledged immortal. Hoey hurried home to tell Chandler the good news. He gave Chandler the elixir for safekeeping. Unbeknownst to them, a nosy neighbor has overheard their conversation. 3 days later, Hoey went out hunting and left Chandler home alone. The neighbor stomped into Chandler's house and forced her to hand over the elixir. Chandler refused. She didn't want to give over the elixir. She used all her might to fight him off. But unfortunately, she was no match for his strength. Not wanting to give up the elixir, she drank the whole vial. Soon after, her arms became weightless. Her body became lighter than air. She floated up to the ceiling against her will. The neighbor leaped up, wrapped his arms around her feet, and tried using his full weight to anchor her. But the upward force was too powerful. The neighbor lost his grip and crashed down onto the floor. And Chandler continued to float out the window and into the sky. Chandler loved her husband deeply. She did not want to ascend too far into heaven and leave Hoey on earth. She decided to live on the desolate moon, the closest heavenly object from Earth. This way, once a month, the full moon would shine upon Earth so that she can see her beloved husband, Hoey. Chandler still lives in the moon today. She lives there with a white rabbit who is responsible for making the elixir for the immortals. We can still see them. Actually, next Thursday, on October 5th, join millions of Chinese throughout the world as we celebrate the Mid-Autumn Moon Festival. Family and friends gather to reconnect, to eat mooncake, and to watch as Chang'e and the white rabbit reveal themselves on the luminous moon. This is a tale of Chang'e and the premise for the Mid-Autumn Moon Festival.